Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you are ready for some cleaning motivation today. It is going to be a lot of cleaning over a period of 3 days. I decided to do a deep cleaning list in order to keep me organized. This is my bullet journal that I have. As you can see in this one section, I have a way to keep myself organized on a monthly, daily, annual basis. But for this day, for this cleaning, specifically, I wanted to develop a checklist in my bullet journal because, again, I was spreading this out over 3 days. This was planning mainly because we were going out of town. This is right before we went on our trip, and I wanted to have the house clean and ready for the guests that were staying to watch the house for us. So this was the deep clean list, breaking it down into 3 days. The 3-day cleaning is mainly because I didn't want to spend a whole day trying to clean when I still was working on packing and just getting ready for the trip. So by spreading it out over 3 days, that's helpful. Again, I am a mom who has a full-time job, so a full Saturday spent cleaning does take away from time with my family. I'm hoping that this motivation video will help those who are dealing with that and don't really have a full day to spend in cleaning. So it did take 3 days. I started off in our bedroom, our master bedroom, using my Jaws cleaner. This video is not sponsored, by the way. I do like Jaws, as I've shared in the past, mainly because of the lack of scent it has. It's not overly scented. I have candles for that, but because of allergies and things like that, I prefer cleaners that are not strongly scented. So it was a wipe down of all of the tops of the bureaus, the cabinets, and those kinds of things. So this was really just day one, was focusing on the bedrooms. One thing I did try to do was straighten up these areas next to our bed. We have, of course, all of our electronic plugs for phones, watches, iPods, everything. So just to clean that up a little bit as best I could to where the cords were a little bit easier to access since it was a tangled mess. One tip I can give you is, as you're cleaning each room, especially when you're doing a huge clean such as this, or really trying to do a deeper clean of some kind in your rooms, that little bag I'm carrying around, it's a Target bag. That's where I put all the trash. So you can carry a trash bag around. That's normally what I do, but because I was only focusing on one room at a time, I just had that one little bag I was carrying, but that helps keep everything together in that essence. So now we are into day 2 of this cleaning motivation. I spent the time with the living room and dining room. My schedule had the kitchen and bathrooms on day 2, but I decided to flip that around. It was easier to do these rooms prior to the kitchen and bathroom, since the kitchen's in the back of the house. So I kind of just worked from front to back. This area is obviously the kids' space. I just wanted to pick up the toys, and as you can imagine, this did not last very long staying clean, but at least I was able to wipe down the surfaces and spray some Jaws disinfectant on his table to get that all straightened out and ready. Wiping down the baseboards is something I normally don't do all of the time, but it's something I want to definitely improve on this year in keeping the house straightened out. After I cleaned up that space, I went under, this is under the piano, and this is a constantly dirty mess. All of the time, as you can imagine, dust bunnies get under there, and I have to always wipe it down. Sometimes I'll just use a Swiffer real quick to get that dust up. But this time, again, because it's such a deeper clean, I wanted to get it straightened up. Again, didn't stay straight very long. KD had pulled out all the toys and even pulled out some of the chairs while I was cleaning. He was actually trying to help me, which I appreciated. Then I moved on to this other spot in the dining room. That little device I just showed, that's the Brezza. I don't know if you've ever heard of that if you have infants, but it basically makes mixes the formula and the water for bottles for Belle. And that was pretty gross. And the whole top of this counter is getting messed up because of us letting the dry formula sit out, or the spill sit out. As you can see, it's starting to make a mess and stain up the top of this counter and the front of this counter. So I spent a lot of time trying to get this cleaned up and scrubbing. Had to use my fingernails in most cases. Eventually I did get a small old toothbrush to help me, but this was a little difficult to get up. And again, just another area that I gotta keep up on, at least while she's still on formula. So again, as you can see, I'm trying to use my fingernail to get up the stains that are on this. I eventually did get a toothbrush, which helped out a lot better. I have a tool that I use sometimes in the bathroom, but I was worried that would peel the paint. So next, after that space was cleaned up, it was time to work on the dining room table. This table is what I call our catch-all space. Everything and anything winds up on this table, whether it's to put something away, or it's our bags for work, or it's the kids' bags. I actually stopped here to set something up on my Audible to listen to a podcast, so that's what I was doing here. But again, just another space sometimes that everything just winds up at. I don't know, do you have a space like that in your house where everything just gets dropped and put down and then you have to take extra amount of time cleaning it up? Yeah, that's our dining room table. So our mail winds up there, mail or papers that I need to file. Sometimes, again, like I said, bags, all that kind of stuff. But I'll tell you this, every time I clean up the dining room table and get it straightened out, I feel so much better. I don't know what it is about it, but just cleaning off that dining room table always makes me feel better. The house looks better. And so another commitment I'm making to myself and to the household is keeping this space as neat as I possibly can. So after the dining room, next was the living room space. It's not a difficult room to clean up as far as dusting and things like that. There's not many surfaces, but vacuuming wise and keeping the floors clean is becoming more of a daily thing now, mainly because Belle is starting to crawl. And of course, anything left on the floor, she goes for. So that's the biggest thing here right now, is keeping it vacuumed, keeping the floors cleaned up, any trash off of the floor so she doesn't get a hold of it. But I just very quickly wiped down the surfaces, took some things off that corner shelf to clean that very well. I do need some suggestions in regards to cleaner for our TVs. I don't like using like Windex or anything like that on the TVs, but the TVs just have some kind of, I don't know, drops on them. I don't know, like sticky stuff. I can't figure out what it is. So I don't want to use my nail or anything like that. But if you have any suggestions, let me know. Obviously here I'm cleaning up our couch. This is probably going to get a very good shampooing in the springtime. It's only a year and a half old, but because of the dogs and the kids, it just really needs to be shampooed thoroughly. So that's a plan for spring, and I do try to clean that sofa on a daily basis. Last thing for this day 2 of cleaning was lighting my favorite candle from Confectionery Soap Co. If you've never heard of them, I'll link their page below. Their candles are fantastic and smell just as good, if not better, than some of the other candles I've used in the past. For day 3, we started off with a really fun task of bathing our dogs. They really needed a good bath. As you can see, they just love it. I say sarcastically, they're not fans. But they just needed to be cleaned and given a good bath again prior to us leaving so that they would smell fresh and clean for whomever was staying at the house for us. KB actually did help me with this. He loved giving the dogs a bath. It was just really cute. He was trying to do everything I was doing. I use Dawn dish soap on the dogs actually to help clean them. I don't know if anybody else has heard of that. It's actually something their vet recommended because Dawn will keep fleas and ticks off of the dogs. I didn't know that prior to having the dogs, but they say that works out better, and so far it has. It actually worked out pretty well. Once the dogs were done with their baths and all dry, I moved on to cleaning up the bathroom. Again, using my Mrs. Meyer's baking soda cleaner. This is probably one of the best cleaners I use when it comes especially to the bathroom. It really does a great job of getting rid of our hard water stains in the sink and in the tub. And I really just enjoy using it a great deal. As you've heard and I've shared before, this room is my least favorite to clean. I don't know anyone that likes cleaning their bathroom, but I am doing a lot better like I wanted to. Like I said before in some videos, I'm doing a lot better in keeping this room clean, and it's actually becoming a huge benefit because when I do cleaning videos like this, there's not as much that I have to do. That little tool that I showed you, I just used that to help get up more of that hard water stain around the sink, and it works out really good. The sink was clean, I put everything back, and then it was on to our toilets. I do use the wand, I can't think of the Clorox wand to clean the toilet, but the one thing I really focused on for this cleaning was up under the toilets and around it where, you know, hair gets and dust gets. So that was a big thing this round to clean up, was around that toilet and the toilet itself. So the sink was done, toilet was done, tub was done. I went ahead and then just took everything off some of the surfaces, wiped all of that down really well. Don't worry, all the clothing gets put away eventually. Wiped down this little mirror, this medicine cabinet. I can tell you honestly, I cannot stand that medicine cabinet. It is so small and so tiny. I cannot wait for our larger bathroom to be completed downstairs so I can have an actual good size mirror down there. Once I got everything wiped down, surfaces cleaned up, I swept obviously, and then moved on to mopping. As you probably have seen before, I use the O-Cedar mop, which is very popular with people, and so that was, again, it's a small bathroom, so that didn't take any time at all. Next was the kitchen. And this, again, not my favorite room to clean, mainly because it's also another space where everything just winds up going to sit. Our medicines that I want to get moved into the bathroom wind up sitting on this counter. All the cups wind up on the counter. The sink gets filled with dishes, and a lot of the times it's filled with the dishes that can't be put in the dishwasher. So that's why, as you probably have guessed, for day 3, I saved is specifically for the kitchen and bathroom because they can take a little bit longer depending on what all I have to do. Again, because I've been keeping up with the bathroom, I didn't need to focus on it as hard as I normally do, but I did need to really focus on the kitchen this round. So sink was cleaned out really thoroughly, again using my Mrs. Mars baking soda. I swept, I mopped, and then at the end of the day, did what I do every time I clean, and that's light my favorite candles from Confectionery Soaps Co. This one is called Fantasy, in memory of the cruise we were just getting ready to go on. I hope you enjoyed today's cleaning motivation, this 3-day cleaning. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Hit that thumbs up button if you like this video, and also click on the notification bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Also, check me out on Instagram and follow me on my stories, and you'll see all of the day-to-day action of this crazy mom's life. Thanks for watching. Bye.